We'll cover this interesting problem. It is also for beginners, and only thing is box X. You should be familiar with the graph of box X. What will be the range of this function? This question can come in various forms. It can be x minus box X. It can be x minus box X upon some number, say some integer which is given. And to make it more complicated, it can be x upon 2 minus box X, which I am not covering right now, but that also can be, just with some logic it can be done. But there the range, instead of range you will be asked to find out the area. Here you can be asked to find out the range because that is easy to find out. Now box X graph, first of all we should recollect what is box X is greatest integer not exceeding x, or greatest integer less than equal to x. So whenever x is an integer, box X will be equal to x if x is an integer. One thing we should be very clear, that if x is an integer, box X will be equal to x. Now this is why this is x. Let me first try to see what is the plot of box X. Let me put numbers here: 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, 1, 2, 3. Integers you should put immediately because this question is basically about integers. Now for all integers, if x is an integer, then fx is equal to x. Only I am talking about box X, not this. So 0 is 0, 1 is 1, 2 is 2, minus 1 is minus 1, minus 2 is minus 2, minus 3 is minus 3. I am just recapitulating the graph. Don't join this and say it's a graph. No. It is only for particular values I have plotted the numbers. For 2 is equal to 2 and 3 is equal to, again here it will come 3. Interestingly, if you see, if x is a fraction, if x is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1, what will be the value of box X? Whenever x is a fraction less than 1, say it is 0.5, what is the greatest integer less than 0.5 is 0. So it will remain 0. So that is why this graph goes like a straight line up to 1, and at 1 it jumps to 1. So here I draw a circle. That is why it is a circle, because at 1 it takes the value of 1. Now again from 1 to 2, this fraction between 1 and 2 will always give you greatest integer, which is 1. Because that integer has to be less than that number which is somewhere in between, less than that fraction. The nearest integer less than that fraction will be 1. Don't take 2. You have to take less than or equal to that. So this graph again becomes flat like this, and it goes like this. Here again you draw a circle because it again jumps. So that is why this graph is drawn like this. So that is how this graph is drawn. Here it is like this. Here it is like this. Here it is like this. So dark dot to circle, dark dot to circle, that is how you draw the box X graph. Now this is pretty simple, but when it becomes box X minus x upon 3, what happens in that case? First of all, interestingly, you will see that whenever x is an integer, box X is equal to x for all integer. So for all integers, fx will be 0, sorry. For all integers x and y, I am plotting again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 3. This is 1, 2 and 3. Now for all integers on x-axis, I'll get the value of function as 0. So X is equal to 0, y is 0, x is equal to 1, y is 1. This is all these points. The points which were there, I have just compressed. These have compressed and all have fallen on the x-axis. Next thing we have to do is that just forget 3 at the moment. 3 I am just making it just to show it, to make it complicated. Had 3 not been there, had it been suppose 1, what we have to do is just look at this other function. Other function is minus x. So what is the slope of minus x is 45 degree. We know that slope of x will be like this and minus x will be like this. So what you have to do is from each point just draw that slope of minus x. If 3 is not there, I am doing simple case first off. And here this becomes a circle because at this point it jumps to 0. Again at integer it jumps to 0. So it will move along minus x till such time integer value comes and again jumps to 0. So this is how we can show this graph. This you can just to check, you can have a dotted line. Now if it is divided by some number, here it was coming up to, means the lowest value it was falling to, I could say y was always less than equal to 0 and greater than minus 1. It was not reaching minus 1. This was the lowest limit. If you divide this with certain number, say 3, so it is actually box x upon 3 minus x upon 3. So at integers it is again 0. All the integers will again give you the 0 value because box x minus x is anyway 0, whether you write it like this or that way. So now how do I complete the graph? The only thing is now, earlier you had up to 1, now the range is less than equal to 0, greater than equal to minus 1 upon 3. Whatever it is, 1/3. 1/3 of minus 1. So if you draw the graph, it will be instead of minus 1, it will come up to this place. Minus 1 upon 3. That is how the graph. Now, similarly you can do it like this. Now had it been x minus box x, suppose, had this been the function, again at integers it would have been 0, and now your function, forget box x, x minus box x I have taken. Now the other function is x here other than box x. Here it was minus x without 3, it was minus x, it is x. Here the slope will be 1. So here the line would have gone like this, slope of 45 degree, and this way it would have gone. This way it would have gone. Be careful that this circle has to be made. And here now the range will be y greater than equal to 0, it is above 0, and less than 1, it doesn't become equal to 1. And if I now divide it by say 5, only thing is it now takes up to this value. So this flattens, slope flattens. So this graph will be now like this. So it will be y less than 1 upon 5 greater than equal to 0 will be the range if this is so. It can be changed in multiple ways. Try to do it at your own level.